Well, I guess we're gonna do like a session, a study session. I don't know. I don't know why I'm like, well, I should record this. I don't really know why I'm recording it. I'll be honest. For some reason it hit me. So let's just go. Fuck it, right? Fuck it. Let's get it all close. Oh God. See what? All right. What I was trying to do was I was trying to. Oh, Lord. Trying to discover who the middle spirits are. I have a few connections. Um, as to like, well, honestly, I was starting from the beginning, and why would I be recording this? Like, I have to go through like books and books and read and read. Is it because I want to read it out loud? I don't know. Put it together on the spot. Well, anyway. So, Journal 1. Apparently the middle spirits are Intwar, right? They're the middle. In many ways, the middle spirits are believed to be the forgotten people. Might they share a relation to the keepers? Well, when I read through Journal 1, and I'm like only fucking maybe 10, 12 pages in, here are some things that I found. These are quotes. This, the land of the ancient keepers of faith, land and people that were long lost, wiped out by a forgotten king in an ancient war. People only known from legend. These people, these ancient people, were at one with this world, people of the land. And then another quote. The ancient people had connection with magic. They could wield powers for the greater good. The keepers protected these people, the people of the land. The keepers originated from the land of the forgotten. That's another quote. We begin to see proof of this on Voss, the ancient cities of Akerveri, the one in Etrovia, which I forgot the name of, and one in North Ansar, which is Whitecliff. The catacombs under the Akerveri had hold remains of unidentified people that bear no resemblance to even the ancient Anaku. Though there was one thing found that could help gain prospect of the forgotten people perspective. An ancient writing that was surfaced, the Anaku connection to them. So I found this, and it's like it's hard to like put it together, but I think if it means what I think it means, it's a big breakthrough. All I had was clan, ... Don't know what it says after that. Then merchants come bringing news of descendants, those who fled into the forest after the Great War. What's key about that is the understanding of what the Forgotten King and his war, God damn it, his war on the peoples of the forest. Well, I guess it wasn't really a war on them. It was a war against them, if that makes sense. Like, they got caught up in it when the keepers fought the what were those guys called? The Titans, right? And the Titans were the gods of the Anaku. So this tablet talks about this war that happened, and these peoples, they received news of these peoples that fled into the forest. And we do know that that is what the Anaku did. Like, it's already understood that the Anaku protected the forests. But when you hear something like how the Anaku, what we think to be the Anaku fleeing to the forest, quote these, let me see if I can find that. Merchants come bringing news of descendants, those who fled into the forest after the Great War. That would show the connection between, if it's true, forgotten people and the Anaku. Now, the whole purpose of trying to find this is, I guess, are the middle spirits forgotten people? So that's why I'm trying to say, well, this is one step there. You know, we found that there's a connection to the forgotten people and the Anaku. because there's another ancient writing that I found. Shit. The reason this is this is right here. The reason this is believed is because this valuable piece of information scribed in stone somewhere near the two pillars. This next one. So this was found near the two pillars. Some sort of ancient settlement was there or something. The clan, our descendant, now away in hiding in the sacred forest. Their elders foretell of an outsider who would return them to the Holy Land. That right there is it. That right there almost proves it. With the Anaku. Because that is a Naku belief. You remember the story of Odysseus. Freeing the people, taking them to the promised land. Which is beyond the Murphos. Maybe. Maybe he fucked up along the way. But that right there is dead proof, finding all these old writings, that there is a connection between the Anaku and these forgotten people. The reason we want to find that is because through the Anaku, which have a connection to the Fachu, because that was an ancient clan, they might know something about the forgotten people and their connection. So maybe they are indeed these middle spirits. These rumored middle spirits, whatever the fuck they are. Lost Forgotten People heard of... Yeah. The Lost Forgotten People heard of a great untamed forest. Lost culture, lost tongue, some sort of well of knowledge. Story is told. The Great Trinity Forest is untamed and full of wildlife. The clan and people who live and know these lands best. It's hard to read some of this. Scribbly. Huh. That's interesting, I suppose. The young man, That's for me. So there's a lot of different, I don't know how true it is, so we have to, that's what our point is, to kind of go through all these old writings and see if they fit a connection still. So here's something about the keepers. We think the keeper, I don't know, it seems like the keepers protected these forgotten people. The keepers were not the kings, nor were they the titans. That much is known. Where they come from is not known. Possibly from within the circle. Here we go. The keepers are protectors of faith. They are warriors of knowledge. They are saviors of justice. They are less of soldiers, more of monks. They do not use the swing of steel, yet they use off the power of voice. The keepers are magic wielders who can use it on enemies. Naturally gifted in hand-to-hand combat, they are well sound at defending themselves and the people of Yuandra. Long ago, they protected all across the land and sea. Protected commoners from evil. They were the natural buffer. They looked different than any race that dwelt on the present-day Yuandra. A race all their own. Ceremonious. They practiced the ways of discipline. They were outsiders to some, but welcomed by all. That is except the Forgotten King. Of course, he wasn't known as that then. Elders of the forest are very old and knew the keepers. Okay, here's something. They know... Jesus. Yeah, I'll just bump it. I'll just constantly bump it. That's a fun thing. Just keep bumping the fucking mic. It's a great idea. Elders of the forest are very old and knew the keepers. They know one. were once people under keepers. Tree people are their own species. Ah, there it is. Ha! There's the proof. People of the land. So the elders of the forest and the tree people. They call them tree people? Huh. It's kind of, I don't know, not derogatory, but simple, I would say. They sense life dwindling in the forest, darkness, can commune with nature, not on a vocal level, but an inward ability of sensing. That's in Twar. No, that's not in Twar. That's the Dume. So they're talking about basically this long ago discovered the Inakume of the forest carrying their power, darkness spreading, they're losing their ability. Oh my god, dude. It's amazing when you look back at like this shit that you wrote down. This one here is like fucking 8 years old. And I didn't realize that I was always on the path that I was. Like, when you make something, you start out, and then, you know, if you do it for a long time, it's an art, it's a practice, whatever it is. And you go off your own way, and you get lost within your art, and then you have to kind of find meaning and stuff like that, and you use outside sources and inside sources, and you just kind of just try to function, just try to live through that. And then eventually, when you go back, if you're lucky, you'll see that you always stayed true to your original vision. You just enhanced it. Like, it feels like you get lost out there. Like, when on these episodes, when I'm just sitting there going, like, fuck, I don't know what's going to happen, and why did I do that? And now, what does this mean? Who the fuck are they? And all that. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll sit down and just try to hammer it out in my head. And then all of a sudden, I look back in these old journals, like, oh, you were right. That's exactly what you wanted in the beginning. You didn't have to study. It's all like it's all in your head. You just forgot that it's in there. You will get it out though, so don't stress. Just keep going. That's my problem. I just like stress out and be like, fuck, I don't know if I'm doing it right, and then I squeeze my nuts, you know. But I don't know. But the idea with the Inakume, like, okay, I'm gonna paint it as fucking clear as I can. With the Inakume in the forest, life for the Inaku are dwindling, right? Because of the situation that happened with the Forgotten King and the Titans. The Titans being their fuck. Being their harbingers, yeah, benefactors, whatever you want to word it. They saved the Inakume and they were helped to guide them to the circle. Forgotten King fucked this process up and destroyed the Inaku. To which, now my allergies turn on, that's fun. To which, basically, why did that just slip? Pop filter, what? To which the Inaku okay, Jesus, well, I'll always find a way to ruin my own shit. Want to cut the flow of your speaking? Yeah, so which the Inaku, their power is cut from the realm of creation because they were being pulled into the realm of creation because of the Titans of old. Titans were killed, the Forgotten King. Something happened where now he's stuck in that realm, right? Now that cut off their connection to that realm. And so now they're fading. And that's why there's certain groups of Inaku that are, how do you word this? Rebelling against mankind, you know, trying to take them down. And you have that going on. Oh, God. That's the issue there. And so, with these Inaku and the issues that they're having, they look to steal that from mankind. What am I going with this? What's the point of talking about this? I don't even know. Such a fucking retard sometimes. Ah, yes. Here's their thing in the forest. The Tree of Power. They have a Tree of Power there, apparently. Oh. Des Montas. Ich will. Ich man viel. What? Is that their language? Des Montas. Ich will. Ich man. Ich will. Okay. Apparently that's. May the sun shine upon you. Wait a minute. What? There's that story of Tan. Tan in the forest. Where he freed the people. God, I don't have that. I gave it back to Jacobo. But Tan freed his people from the forest of perpetual darkness. When he opened up the canopy, he lit a fire, and then the sun came through. Maybe that was the fire. I don't remember how the translation goes. But then the canopy froze up, and it was perpetual darkness in the canopy. And this is why man left the forest. Now, the thing about that is, if that's the story of Tan, which helped form Tantorum, if that is indeed their beginning, it's interesting that we found this story. Wow, that is the story. We found this translation. May the sun shine upon you. Because it was the Anaku who were called the Dizorin by the early people of Tan. And they were the Forsaken Ones. I think that translated to the Forsaken Ones. They were forsaken because they didn't want to see the light. That's how it was told. And they stayed in the forest. Now, are those Dizorin maybe not the Anaku, but actually the forgotten people? And right here, if you find it within Anakume culture, may the sun shine upon you. We know about the Anaku that they were the ones that they didn't birth. Well, they were birthed from nature, not flesh and bone, but nature. Given life, kind of like if you were to give trees life, but they're not trees, like they're plant life, flora. They were all over the world, but only man came from that one forest because they were created there by the Forgotten King illegally. Not illegally, but he shouldn't have done that. If that's happening, there may have been a connection between these forgotten people and, the Anakume, like we were saying, and we saw that there totally was. But then you see, may the sun shine upon you, it conflicts with the people of the forest, which we thought were the Anaku. But maybe they weren't the Anaku. Maybe the people of the forest were the forgotten people. That's something new. Holy shit. Yeah, because those words, Des Montas ich will, ich man, ich will. I feel. I don't know. I can't tell if that's a line or if that's a letter. Des Montas ich will, ich man will. That does not sound Anaku at all. So somewhere hidden in these journals are the forgotten people. As to their demise, I don't really know. I know something about them inhabiting the other realm now and them being these cursed beings and shit. I don't know. But that's a really good piece of information. So we need to look into the Dizorin and find out who the fuck they were. Wow, that's crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. In the land of the marshes, Trinity, there's a slop king. He's a gross. Yeah, that's not him. Wow, that's, I don't know. I just, whew, that's crazy, man. I didn't think that was possible. No way, man. Some sort of visions. Huh. That's from the daily life of him. Existence of human nature. Hero. The road. Floating city. The old tree. When the tree dies, the world dies. Huh. Tree of wisdom. An ancient tree, some say, of knowledge. The Inako people use the tree as a ritual during their rituals. They commune with the tree, and the tree is the leader of their people. What? The hero was present to the tree and given instructions. It is a tree that is created by the gods to be the voice of Yuandra. He spoke to the keepers and was the ear of the land. Wait, hold on. Theory. If you do research and you discover that the Inakume that were birthed by the Titans, and the Titans gave them life. There were these souls wandering in this empty void. And they made the souls living things after they made this whole world. Like, they made everything, this universe, this world, just for these souls so they can ascend, because they were outside of the realm or the circle, right? And so they made these souls life. And they, as it was quoted, cried for a mother. The comfort of the void, that thing. And that's why they gave the life of mother to the planet Yuandra. That's why the Inakume revere Gaia, the world, okay? What if mother, this kind of fucking, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, it's a race, but it's of a consciousness, it's a mind, it's a, I don't know how to word this now. Like a hive mind, super intelligent race that didn't have body, that the Inakume saw as a whole entity called Mother. What if that was the forgotten people? The old tree. When this tree dies, the world dies. Is that the tree that's in the that's the world tree, it's been known as, the one that's in the marshlands, the Valens. In Hior, is it Raymir or some shit? It's near Raymir, I believe. An ancient tree, some say, of knowledge, right? And that's why they fled to the forests, the Inakume people did. During this great war that was happening to Forgotten King and all that, and the Titans and all that shit. The war of the gods, man. The Inaku people use this tree during their rituals. They commune with the tree, and the tree is the leader of these people. Again, does that have connection to Mother? The tree was created by the gods. Right there. Created by the gods, the Titans. The Titans, something, I'm trying to remember, but there's somewhere like where the Titans, when they made Mother, they made her of the earth and wrapped the world around her, right? And these trees are kind of like her, like vocal points, I guess. And to say that the tree was created by the gods and the voice of Yuandra. And this fucking voice, it spoke to the keepers and was the ear of the land. So the keepers worked with this. And if you remember, if we go back to another thing we found, this, the land of the ancient keepers of faith, land and people that were long lost, wiped out by a long-forgotten king in an ancient war. People only known from legend, these ancient people were at one with this world, people of the land. Next quote. The ancient people had connection with magic, the Dume. They could wield powers for greater good. The keepers protected these people, the people of the land. So with that right there, that the peoples, the keepers protected these people. And then you find this old quote over here that says that this fucking tree spoke to the keepers and was the ear of the land that was created by the gods. That might be the forgotten people. It's less of a fucking people and more of like a giant entity of one soul that has many different like conduits of sorts. Some sort of hive mind. How does that fit with everything else? Well, if that is losing power, because when it was made, this place, it had the power of the creation realm, and because it's fading, because of the Forgotten King being there, that would explain the Inakame is fading. Huh. That's fucking cool, man. I guess there's a good reason I recorded this, so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, here we go, man. Something here. I found something. So it's hard when you find these things, you got to decipher it. So sometimes I feel like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have to find what it's saying behind these words. The monarch took over. The mankind changed the. Was that Tan? I don't know. It just says the monarch took over mankind and changed the names of every land or landmark to the language of Imperial. They all had original names for the tribes or the locals. For example, Forsalo is the original name for the land just before the void. It means savior, protector. It was inhabited by Algu natives. Who the fuck are Algu? The void is where it says right before for the void. It's not called that, but I mean that would be the Blightlands. Forsalo would be Dubois. Huh. And who the fuck are these Algu? A-L, some sort of line in the air, kind of like a apostrophe. G-U. A people of might, and rumor has it that they were appointed by the gods to hold back the forces that dwell in the void, or as they call it, oh my, Nosvata, which means no entry. Created by the gods. See, it can get confusing here. What gods? To whom gods? If we're going by this here, we're probably assuming the gods of old, so the Titans. Are these Algu in connection, or are they indeed the forgotten people? Some sort of entity off of Mother? Let's just call the forgotten people Mother right now if we're going to roll with this theory. How could she, if she is the voice of the trees and all that, and this voice within the head of the Anaku, is that considered a group of people? Did they see it as such, where it wasn't like I would shake the hands and then their race lived over beyond the fucking sea and they had their own continent? Or was it within the mind of the Anaku? Again, the Dume. So through the Dume, the other realm. These people, these mother, this fucking forgotten people, we're a race of people from another realm. And that must be what's going on. But this Algu, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Algu, the ones who inhabited modern day Dubois. Who the fuck are they in connection to all this? Interesting. But when I talk about the forgotten people like that, there's a part that I remember reading about Oh my. It's the first time the whisper was mentioned. Uh, it's hard to see where I'm going with this, man. I always sound like I'm sick too. 'Cause I always do feel sick. Full their destiny. Yeah. Keepers. They ascend when they complete their destiny. What's that place? I don't know. Then there's that fucking that. I don't know. We'll have to get back to that one. The fucking Lands of Verulam, wherever the fuck those are. Cyphers, no. Council of Keepers. The Cypher Light, yeah, I remember that. That's gonna happen. In a way, it did. Kind of dopey, man, when shit comes together like that. Yeah, then all of a sudden my writing started to improve. Man, my writing was horrible when I first started. It's like a child. Ugh. I feel like going from like that. Okay, gross and physical. Fundus. And tomorrow. Okay. Slow go. Mother Gaia. A spirit form of the host. In a form of Yuandra. She is a beautiful woman. The essence to which of love, care, protection, and respect. And give ourselves to. Huh. The Innu people, for what this is what they were called. Is it the same? Who knows? But it says the Innu. For that is what they were called. The long forgotten people. A large tribe in Breve Thowls. When the Empire came, they call them the Empire, but that's the Empire of Man. That's the Forgotten King. Sorry. When the Empire came long ago and caused a genocide across the land, the Innu were eradicated and villages destroyed. None survived. There were only a few tribes who did survive, though. Among them were the Anaku. After leaving their homeland and fleeing to the one place they knew the Empire wouldn't follow. The forest, the Trinity Forest. Along with them, oh my. Along with them came the Do Numa. So that is another story entirely, and you just don't mention it again. When they came into the forest, they met the what we call bush people. After many friendly years, they created an allegiance, a trinity, a bond to protection of the forest, the ground, and guard the path. Huh. The bush people. It says these Innu were destroyed. No one survived. But other tribes did, like the Anaku, when the Forgotten Kings fucking swept over the world. And they were the Anaku. And they left their homeland and fled to the Trinity Forest. Along with them came the Do Numa. And they went to the forest and they met the bush people. Whoever the fuck they are. And they, as a trinity, looked to protect the forests. So we do know that that's fucking true. That the forgotten people were eradicated. Maybe they were a living thing and now they were cursed to this other realm. They were sent to this other realm. And that's the issue we're seeing now. But that doesn't explain the mother thing. They cried for mother. They wanted her. Maybe she took them in. Maybe she took to the protection of these people, and they became the bush people. And they only commune through the mind of the Anakume. That could be something. I'd have to listen to this whole thing again and see how that connects. But that sounds really, really close to what could be, what it all could be. My goodness. Shit. Ancient ruins. Here's another thing. Ancient ruins across Yuanzhou are as varied as the people of the land. In the north of the mainland, that would probably have been a Vas, so North Vas, so the wild north. Aladran, I believe. Aladran. I don't remember if that's how you pronounce it, but I think it's pretty close. In Aladran, the body of land. Yeah, blah. Dotted across the province are ruins of some sort of people. I can't read it. Long ago and many years past, they once ruled this once great province. Oh my god. Much like the Anaku, they lived among the land, prospering in trees and living off foods of sorts and farming. They did not hunt animals. Some even say they were only species who could commune with them, mastering the art of masonry, using large white stones called enzio stone. And I don't know if I could read that. There are hundreds of ruins around the land. He finds a ruin in the north. It's in another language that I don't have a Rosetta Stone for. The fuck does that say? Is there one in here? Some sort of translation thing? That looks like a U. What would that be? Line over on a chair. Jeez, I don't know what the fuck that would be. That might be a lost word. What's that one? Dance apart. Maybe some sort of K. U blank K A. Dude, I don't know. That's I don't think that's right. Anyway, they find this place, and outside is a large wall surrounding a stairwell. And it leads down into an ancient forgotten city of the underworld. For these people, through the years of invasions of underlings, forced a war to these underground cities, and upon victory conquered the cities. So they went down and fought these underlings that had these cities, these people, and put forts around these entrances to the city. After sacking the cities in their own greed, slowly turning into what they conquered. From these beautiful creatures, they turned to underlings. Now they all say, I think that's the underling prophets and all that. I don't know what the fuck that is anymore, but yeah, that's a thing. That's refuge. Was repurposed into a city for the what do you call those kind of people? Outcasts. Who the fuck are they? There's like a whole ancient races of groups of people that were on this world. And all of a sudden the Forgotten King comes by, and then all of a sudden it's just man and barely Anaku. Barely. It's fucking crazy. Well. Oh well. I don't fucking know, man. Sometimes it's just crazy shit. You find all this stuff. Masks of the Ancients. Oh, that's gonna be tough to figure that one out. You are a conduit. Through you she breathes. Through us she lives. Give yourself. Let her feel your love, for no matter she will always love you. The practice and teaching of Mother Gaia. She is the love. The keepers must teach me of her secrets. Secrets of enlightenment. Who was that and what is he talking about? Painted the masks of Mother Gaia. That's interesting. Something about the keepers. Long ago, even on another realm, a realm we may know the keepers had once inhabited, for they have a long history of new inhabitants going where they need to be. They once protected all on this planet, for life just beginning, not in the stages we are familiar with. Yet the keepers saw them and guided them, helping them to potential. Though this did not last long, for the planet was destroyed. Faith took, the keepers took who they could and placed them on a young neighboring planet where they now flourish. All that remains of this destroyed planet is an ancient keeper temple. What? What are you talking about? Is that something even before the Forgotten King of the Titans? No, because it was void for the Titans. I don't know, man. We're just gonna take that one and just leave it there. God, are the mages of Oralton connected to all this? Formed from the ashes of the Forgotten Wars, the mages of Oralton. These rogues are looked at as bandits in the eyes of the Empire of Man. This is an old text. Mysterious and shadowy. They actually serve the keepers, for these mages were trained in the ways of magic by the keepers. Oh, God, who are they? Who the fuck are you guys? And then there's Wandering Javan. Just, you could see him wandering the area of the Gaia-Vala Mountains, actually. Nobody knows why he roams the land. Then again, no one can ever get to him. There's too much shit going on, man. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Okay, here's something that might have connection to the Forgotten People. Through our minds, can we realize that we are vibrational beings? If we can tap into the meditative state and dive into the unknown, we may yet realize ourselves and live out our full potential. Again, is that the connection that they have with the bush people? Where they are like these tribal bush things, but they speak in the minds of the Anakume. And they have to use this consciousness thing, this Dume, this power that they need to use to speak to these bush people. For they are sheltered by the warmth of Mother. And that's why they sit under the trees, because those are the voice of Mother. That's the, as it was said earlier, that is the vocal point of the whole planet. And the Anakume revere that. So there's some connection there with all this stuff, where these big trees of life that the Mother inhabits. She breathes through these trees. These are her conduits. This is her points of focus. The Anakume come to these trees with their rituals. These trees are surrounded by the bush people, the protectors, the once ancient Innu people, now known as the Forgotten People. These people with high magic, who lived among the land forgotten time now. And now you start to see them cursed, becoming cursed by mankind, these bush people, these forgotten people. Their bodies are of this world, but they are only bush. Their true power is within their minds because they are multidimensional minds that they carry. They can no longer speak through their bodies. That must be accessed only through the minds of the Anakume, which are reaching through past the astral realm and into the circle. Because they escape somehow. Because if they work with the keepers, and the keepers are in the circle too, so there must be some connection to that. These forgotten people. These ancient Innu. So maybe, yeah, they were destroyed, but maybe they rose above that and fled this world. And now are looking to help the Anakume people, but the Anakume are failing. They're fading from this world because of the Forgotten King. So these ancient keepers are kind of becoming a intermediary for the forgotten people because, yes, they can communicate with the Anakume and through Mother, but if they are fading from the world, from the realm of creation, because the Titans are gone, then that is why you see the forgotten, or sorry, the keepers stepping in. They're taking over and helping the Anakume at that point. I mean, with that kind of rhetoric, you could see why the Serpentine Orders, if they found a way to possibly resurrect this Titan somehow, and if they found a way to, because what they're doing with the mankind is they're siphoning mankind's power through these, the Master and the Lamb rituals. And they're draining out this humanity so they can have access to that realm again. It's a hard process. That's why not all Anakume do it. But this is a rogue group, a splinter cell. And they're harboring the power of magic from mankind in secret. And so they're using that. And then obviously these kids, these poor kids that had potential, almost like mages in Adrana, are being used by the Serpentine Order. They're stolen by men like Quartus. And basically, they turn into these men of stone, these kids. They're void of that, but they become these servants of the Serpentine Order. But anyway, whatever. You can see why the Serpentine Order is trying to do what they're doing. Look what's happening. It's almost like that's right. And the Forgotten King is this wrongness. It's this fucking wickedness in this world. And that's what's going to get through into the book. It's going to be like, you're going to think that we need to free the king. It's a good idea and blah, blah, blah. And I'll paint it in mankind's story. But when you really hear the Naku story, you realize that it's kind of fucked up. They're the good ones, you know? It's fuck. Oh, my God. That's so... I don't know, man. Wow. That's the real story. That's what's really going on. It's not this... I mean, yeah, it's Eris' story, obviously, the one that you read, the beginning, but it's bigger than that. That's a nothingness. You know what I mean? Yeah, you free your fucking king. Then magic will disappear. I guess, in a way, maybe Eris could find a way to say, if the Forgotten King is freed, then magic will disappear from the world. There will be no more magic. Maybe the ancient Anaku people will not fade anymore because they're not entirely of magic. Maybe we'll all just exist magicless in this world. Or maybe the fucking Anakume will just fully disappear. I don't really know yet. That's something he doesn't... I mean, he's not even there yet. He doesn't even know what's going on yet. He doesn't even know who he is. I'm only in book 1. But there's something there. I don't know. Fuck, man. So crazy. There is the oneness in nature. They draw upon our energy to create a balance in this world. As humans, we've forgotten this and live our lives in the unknown. Let them draw my energy to be at peace and live a life for conduit. There must have been some sort of monarch that wrote that. Or descendant or whatever. I don't even know their fucking names anymore. It was every keeper knows. Okay. Well, this will be just book 1, I think. Of what I could discover in just book 1. And maybe it'll be like a series called like The Forgotten People Through the Journals or something. I don't fucking know. Forgotten People Through the Ages. And each episode will be what the Forgotten People were according to that age. And this is book 1. The ancient culture of the first people to settle on Yuandra's mainland are still a mystery to scholars. I don't know why it says in Yuandra's. That's Voss. It is known the original founders did build great fortifications and monuments, the Innu, which we know now, which still stand to this day, though it is unclear for what purpose they serve. They now serve all the governments, like North Ansar has one, and Etrovia has one, and Lyria has one. They don't know if they're for shrines, religious purposes. No, it's unknown. But we kind of know who made it. Holy mother. Oh. Wow, man, that's pretty cool. That's the end of book 1. Just for about the Forgotten People. And I just scanned through it mostly. The spirits, keepers, love, into the middle. That's that, yeah. Holy mother, man, that's crazy. If that's book 1, what comes up in book 2, man? That one's the black one. And I have it right here. For next time, though. For next time. Like, wait, what? Why not right now? Next time. Okay? Wowsies. Wowsies, wowsies. Second era. Oh, man. Because I remember, it's going to be really good. I remember there were parts in here about the Forgotten People that will blow your fucking mind. Forgotten runes, the signs of the conduit. The moment when you become one with yourself. In that moment, you become a conduit. Letting out, then taking back in. Feel power from within. It flows within and without. Spirit, can you be your only, whatever that means. Keep yourself grounded. Be high, be low. You are all, you are me, you are you. Love, I can feel it now. Give everyone love. Together we are love. I will show what it is to be truly love. That's a little sneak peek of what's coming next. Episode 2. Oh shit, man. The Forgotten People. Solving fucking problems one episode at a time. Until this book becomes this ultimate fucking... I'll know it inside and out, man. But it's comforting to know. It's comforting to know that everything that I've ever created in my head for this book, I always think I forget. But I never actually do. It's always in there. I just stumble upon it later. I'm like, oh my God, I'm already doing that. Holy shit. It happens every time. So it's a positive note to remember. You're doing good. You're making this. You're making this book, and you're staying true to your original vision. You're just rediscovering it. That's all. You got to refine where you're at and what you're doing. That's all. And it's really comforting to know that I'm not walking away and just and going away from this original concept I had. It's just I'm making the concepts better. I'm expanding on it a little bit more. I'm explaining a little bit more. I'm writing it better. But it's all still there. It's all fucking still there. Even when I read all the old shit, the laugh stuff I didn't read out loud, but when I read it, oh my god, it looks like it's written by an 8-year-old. Because I didn't know how to be a writer. I didn't know how to write. I still don't know how to do it, but I'm better than I was. A lot better. But when I read it, I'm like, it's there. It's just childlike, And now I'm maturing it. It's really cool, man, to see how far this book's come and all this stuff. Like, if you listen to all these episodes, yeah, a lot of it's going to be me stumbling through, like, I don't fucking know. And I'm like, you hear pages turning, you hear the clickety-clack of the fucking keyboard and shit. But it's the reason I keep all that shit is so you can hear the process. I don't just pause it and I'll come back, like I try not to do that so much unless I know it's going to be like 30, 40 fucking minutes. But the idea is to keep and show, here's the process of how I got there. This is how long it actually takes. This is what I'm going, it's for me. So like when I listen back, I'm like, okay, wow, I really had to reach for that one. Or, oh wow, that came pretty naturally. And then you also get to come out of it a little bit too. And like, in the moment when you're excitedly exclaiming something cool, you listen back, you're like, that wasn't as good. Or, wow, I totally glazed over a part that was actually amazing and I act like it's nothing. That happens a lot too. So, fuck, no way. Is this the Islanders game? Oh, no, it's an old game. Montreal, fucking what? But I don't know. Just seeing all this connect, man, really makes you not like mankind in this story, though. I'll say that. Oh, but alright. I guess I'll stop it here. Get ready for work. But it is like only 6 o'clock. I have 2 hours. But, I don't like to just do nothing. I gotta like sit and occupy my mind. But I don't want to go into book 2 because then that's a whole nother hour and that's 2 hours long and then just not there yet. We need to hear this stuff back and to see how this sounds and see if this makes sense. So I will stop here. And next time, what did I say? This is going to be the I don't remember now. The Forgotten People Through the Ages or something. I don't know. This is about to find the middle spirits, but we know that they're connected to the middle spirits. We don't know how. Are they the middle spirits? Are they allied with the middle spirits? Did they play some role with the middle spirits? Hopefully we'll discover that they will and not waste all our time. But even if we waste our time and find out the Forgotten People have nothing to do with middle spirits, fucking big deal. At least we solved that. But I really feel like it does. Talking about how they commune with the Inakume and all that stuff, that sounds like a spirit to me, man. Just saying. Middle spirit. It makes a lot of sense. But anyway. I will end it here. Actually, I will wait for it to be an hour. And then a minute over an hour, and then I'll end it. And I don't have much time. I got 30 more seconds. So, yes, we'll do that. And then the second one will start after this. It will be about Journals 2 and discovering who the middle spirits are. And then we'll go from there, obviously. So middle spirits from book Journal 2, and then we'll do that. And then Journal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's an hour. So Alrighty then. Until next time. Coming up next will be Book 2.